All right, we got the dark side of elite bodybuilding. Oh my God. Let me see this from Josh Brett. All right.
In my head, it's like, I'm going to win this show or I'm going to die.
Bodybuilding can be a very ugly world that people aren't aware of, shit that goes on.
To think that he's in this soil right now is making me a little emotional.
There's a rising crisis going on in modern bodybuilding.
I got a list of 50, and there's 50 pros that I know about. That have died. What about amateurs?
The glamorized industry has a dark side that some organizations and coaches would rather keep hidden.
Becoming a ticking time bomb.
At the top of the iceberg, the risks of elite bodybuilding are clear.
Steroids will kill you.
But when we go deeper, we see a lot more going on, and the consequences are becoming increasingly fatal.
More bad news from the bodybuilding world, unfortunately. Sean the Dinosaur Davis, Joe Lindner, Sean Roden, Gustavo Vidal, Ilya Golem, Edric McMillan.
Let these people know really what's going on.
Damn.
This was my
This is sad.
introduction to bodybuilding. So how did it turn into this?
So many of those guys have their stomach sticking out. It used to be that you should have a V-shaped body. Now, kind of like a bottle. People do not come to a show to see bellies. And if they want...
The whole bubble gut bonanza happened like, I don't know, 5 or 10 years ago. I don't really know if it's still a thing in like, I mean, it probably is to some degree. Like whenever I watch like the Olympia, what do you call it? And I see like the tippy top guys. I think for the most part, they have like pretty good like control over their stomachs. And, for that entire time, you're like, because like normal people can kind of get an idea of this, because like if you're like trying to take a picture or something, it's like you kind of like suck it in or whatever to like make yourself appear thinner. So to be able to do that on like damn near like 1,000 calories or however much these guys are eating, and like looking shredded and all like whatever, I think for the most part you don't really see a lot of bubble guts, because with the advent of the internet and more and more people looking at bodybuilding, there's more and more cameras at all weird types of angles. So I think everybody that steps on the Olympia stage knows that, and there could never be a point, and they know this, where they can just completely, truly just relax and like let everything spill over. They know they can't do that. All right. They just know. Probably like the only time when they can truly just relax is either in like their Airbnb or hotel or wherever they're staying. That's probably the only time that they can just chill and just de-stress. Like I get that. Like the moment you're stepping outside, it's like you have to be like on.
To do that, they go to maternity ward or something like that.
This look is known as Palumboism, coined after the bodybuilder Dave Palumbo. It's likely due to aggressive PED use, helping bodybuilders get bigger and leaner than ever.
Each generation of bodybuilders are pushing the chemical envelope a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more.
Arnold often calls out winners with bubble guts, getting them to hit old school poses that accentuate the modern flaws.
Damn, that was so crazy that he actually did that. It's like a public situation, and he's like trying to call out this dude. It's like, hey, can you hit that old school shit?
One more double bicep shot with a great vacuum. Show them now how to do that. Watch this, guys. What this? Look at that.
Show your vacuum. It's a vacuum pose.
Bro, Arnold is a goat for actually trying to do that shit. Oh my God. He is such a shit stirrer. Oh my God. And he wants to say, this is not bodybuilding. Come on. This is not. Look at your stomach. It's sticking out. Oh my God, dude. But he's trying to be like kind of on the nose, kind of like edging towards it, and it's so funny.
Watch this, guys. See, that's what I'm talking about. Look at his vacuum.
And then he can't put him on full blast for sure. It's like, where I said I just asked you to do a vacuum. That's not a vacuum. Like, you could tell when people do the vacuum because, like, there's, like, an extreme amount of, like, shading that goes, like, under their ribs. And it's like, bro, if you're, like, a bodybuilder dude talking to Arnold, maybe you have met him, like, once or twice before. And maybe this is, like, an asshole move for like, Arnold. Because to, like, all these, like, modern-day bodybuilders, they all have seen, like, his movies, have grown up, like, watching him. You know, throughout his like beginner bodybuilder years, through the movies, through the Governata era, and then probably through the Expendables and so on and so forth. So like, all these people like have Arnold to thank for being like an inspiration. But then it also feels kind of two-faced when you finally like make it up on stage, you finally like win or whatever. You get to talk to him like on stage, and it's like you're very emotional, very vulnerable at this point, and he's gonna call you out. It's like, bro, what are you doing? You know? So I would completely understand if a couple of these people were to have their opinions change when Arnold tried to do this shit. I get it.
Look at this.
Fans
never meet your heroes. They will never meet your expectations. Never.
Real quick to suggest that Arnold knew exactly what he was doing here.
You're ripped, you're huge, no stomach, no nothing, no problem.
Oh God, the Rolly Winkler thing. Oh, he's like, oh God, please don't mention anything else, Arnold, come on.
Perhaps a light-hearted joke, but it's a warning for the more insidious issues going on in bodybuilding.
That whole bodybuilding world is so strange because it literally is impossible to compete without steroids.
Yeah.
It's no secret that they work. This is a natural bodybuilder holding up a photo of her son, Boston Lloyd. He went on to become an enhanced bodybuilder, achieving this transformation in just a year.
This motherfucker look like he just came out the hyperbolic time chamber.
In 2020, he was diagnosed with stage 5 kidney failure after injecting himself with large doses of a peptide that causes weight loss in monkeys. His desperate mother...
I'm gonna say like the asshole thing. I don't feel any remorse for any of these people that did this. Nobody forced them to do the extreme amounts of PED abuse that they did. Nobody had a gun to their head. Nobody forced them. Okay? No. These are all adults that are doing this. Come on.
Tried to seek out help from Dr. Phil, but by 29 years old, it was too late.
Boston Lloyd has passed.
The autopsy revealed an...
And I think all these guys, I mean, and not just guys, it's like girls do this shit too. All these people that die from steroids, to some degree, I would hope that they realize that they are taking on this live by the sword, die by the sword mentality when they engage in this. Because, I mean, like, bro, how are you going to have me be, like, feel sorry for you? Like, you chose to do all that stuff. Nobody forced you. Nobody shoved them down your mouth. Nobody shoved the needle into you. Nobody forced you. You chose to do that as an adult.
Aortic dissection, along with a severely thickened heart muscle and liver, likely caused by PEDs as the cause of death. A similar thing happened to Dallas McCarver. A few years after collapsing on stage, he passed away, his heart almost 3 times larger than average.
Damn.
A study found heart attacks to be one of the leading causes of deaths in bodybuilders. You see, PEDs...
And it's not like I want that. I don't want all these guys to be like falling over because their heart's too big. Jesus. That's like crazy. All right? But given the choice between like big open bodybuilder, no drug testing versus like natural athlete bodybuilder, it's like, where's all the views? Where's all the popularity? What's being marketed? Well, it's open bodybuilding, like the big boys, the uncapped weight limit, IFBB Pro, Olympia, Classic, you know, C-Bum and Friends, and all that jazz. And then to like a lesser degree, there's like was it like a 212 division, I think, and then there's the physique one with the swim shorts. Those are like the main men's ones. Maybe this is like a blind spot to me, but I don't like, none of the marketing hits like my social feeds or anything for like natural bodybuilding or anything like that. Because if it did, it would be more popular. But it's not.
Can result in the heart growing larger, often increasing bad cholesterol, which clogs the arteries, meanwhile damaging the liver. Dallas's liver was over 3 times larger than the average person's.
Jesus.
Perhaps more disturbing is sludge blood. PEDs can make blood thicker. These clots can block blood flow to vital organs, so some bodybuilders drain their blood.
You could pour it upside down and the blood was solid. That's how thick it was.
Oh!
Side effects are becoming increasingly common.
What?
As bodybuilders are pushed to take more potent enhancements.
Super trend? What the fuck? Granted, this is like an old bottle, and you can see like the ink like getting diluted and shit. But like, this is the most hilarious, like, 14-year-old just watched Dragon Ball Z, but then again, also right after that got into chemistry, and then I made this, and I'm gonna call it Super Trend. Oh my god! Just putting in the word "super" is just like, it's hilarious. It's just for entertainment. Like, come on. Black Widow. What is this? Testosterone 100 something. Black Widow Laboratories only? All right.
Which is why experienced pros are concerned.
The internet is a source of information, which information is good, but you got a lot of information.
It's this information that allows bodybuilders to experiment with research chemicals and advanced pharmacology to push to new limits.
What I'm told by people that are just taking it recreationally, they're taking, I'm saying, mate, you're taking more than I took from Mr. Olympia.
Many already have predispositions that these substances exacerbate. Substances which can have worrying effects on your brain.
Every day that I'm on high doses, I wake up in the morning afraid of the rest of my day.
This is kind of how I felt as a teenager, when it was -5 outside and I had rugby first lesson at school. Aside from trying to bulk up, I used to use the gym to de-stress. So when I picked up a big injury, with lockdown on top, I was without my coping mechanism. Which is why I'm proud to announce that today's video is sponsored by Headspace. I only started using Headspace in my first year of university, initially viewing mental health as weakness. But I've now been using Headspace for over 4 years, and I couldn't recommend it enough. It has semi or fully guided meditations for any level of expertise. From courses teaching the fundamentals, to more specific guidance for those looking to level up. It turns out that many elite athletes use meditation and mindfulness as part of their overall fitness regimen. Training your body and mind.
Oh wait, he got the loading line up there. Hopefully he don't do the Mr. Beast thing where it's like start off fast and then go slow. Dang.
Really does go hand in hand. It's helped me massively reduce my stress and improve my sleep, which is massively underrated for fitness progress across the board. I like to listen to these before anything stressful, while walking, or just before bed. When I start feeling negative or stressed, listening to a semi-guided meditation is the most practical thing I can do. It really helped me get through a tough time during lockdown. Not to mention, my neighbour's method to cope with lockdown was to blast drum and bass music late at night.
Bro,
so the sleep sounds...
People that blast music at the dead of night, bro, just call 911 on them. Just call for the cops. It's a noise complaint. Shut the fuck up. Bro, I got some people like a couple of houses down, and it's like very sparse and random whenever they do it. And bro, the next time these motherfuckers are trying to pipe up with like some stupid ass music, it's like I could feel the bass. All right, the next time, bro, I'm calling a noise complaint. Fuck you. Bitches are trying to sleep. Stop it.
Which come on Headspace really help to drown this out. They also have a good catalogue of focus music, which I like to listen to while scripting videos like this. It's a good way to stay consistent with an area of health I find much too easy to neglect. If you want to see how Headspace could be helpful to you, you can get your first 2 months completely free. All you need to do is use my link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. These videos take a lot of time to make, but it's thanks to you for watching, and sponsors like Headspace that allow me to keep creating.
Good stuff, man.
Steroids didn't make
this guy, Toji. I don't know who the fuck this is, but I just see him pop up on YouTube randomly. This guy is like a full-blown main character. Like, this guy appeals to like the younger audience to like look up to him. He is in character mode. All right, he is in character mode. Do not think for 1 second that this is how he actually is. I mean, maybe there's like a little bit of overlap, but come on. I've seen this character too many times. The zero fucks given. I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna gamble. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna do steroids. I'm gonna do this, that, and every other single vice known to man. And I'm gonna look good doing it. Looking good, feeling good, betting good, whatever. I've seen this character before. This is nothing new.
Me more jacked, I would still take them just because of how it affects me mentally. Testosterone will change 90% of men's lives for the better.
Bodybuilders in today's more honest social media landscape love to talk about how steroids make them feel.
Today we're gonna be talking about what it feels like.
Bro, Mom, we got Jay Cutler at home. Or no. It's like, Mom, can we get Jay Cutler? And then Mom goes, no, we got Jay Cutler at home. Oh my god. Oh man.
To be on trend. When it's fucking time to go, it's fucking time to go.
Mentally, you become the main character.
But there's growing evidence to suggest.
No, you have to be the main character way before you do steroids. Steroids, I mean, shit, I wouldn't fucking know, but like, bro, I don't do fucking any of this shit. And whenever I'm in the gym, I got my little earbuds in and I just blast like some fucking like anime funk or like some fucking whatever music, some like amp up shit. You are, and it's fun. I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not being an asshole. I'm being considerate. But in my head, I'm the main character. Because if you're not the main character for yourself, you're not going to get anything from anybody else.
Not all of these effects are positive.
It's going to make your temper very...
Oh shit, Death Star of Delts. Derek, more plays, more dates. Ah, dang, I remember this, Derek. 3 years ago. It's 3 years ago. Jesus.
Short. Intrusive thoughts. I think about violence all the time.
Irritable. Yeah. Angry, anxious, night sweats. Like, I got the most side effects from trend in all these drugs.
Yet, the temptation to use steroids is...
Yeah, and you still take them. And everybody still takes it.
A running joke in the fitness industry. It's easy to forget that the mental consequences for bodybuilders can be fatal.
I'm going to be brave. I'm going to make the move up into open bodybuilding. Love you all, and
kind of scary.
Keep following, guys.
That was Neil Curry's last YouTube video before tragically passing away after becoming very isolated and depressed. His parents stating the chemicals had negatively affected his mental health. We can't claim causation here, but steroids alter your hormonal levels and how you think. So elite bodybuilding dosages come with significant psychological risks. This is something bodybuilders only often notice when coming off of PEDs.
And I did the Master Olympia gear free, guys. I'm sitting there, it's like a mind F. And I'm wondering, like, why the heck am I not crazy? Why am I not feeling way worse than I normally should? I was like, oh my God, I'm not doing steroids. I'm not doing steroids.
But the cognitive effects can go far beyond a more unstable mental state.
Another one is a marked proximate reduction of IQ. I'm on a considerable dose of anabolics, and I can feel it. It's this fog.
But it's not just the heavy required pharmacology that's contributing to the early bodybuilder deaths, but the psychological pressures of the sport.
In the fitness industry, it's the only place that you get rewarded for having a drug problem and an eating disorder. Yeah. If you can...
The only sport where you get rewarded for having a drug problem and an eating disorder. All for 2 or 3 days out of the entire year where you get to look truly like a cartoon character. Shredded to the bone, death face, cheekbones, fucking Giga Chad face, like handsome Squidward, muscles full, ripped, shredded, negative percents of body fat for a couple days, just to immortalize it and say you did it and survived. I mean, it's entertainment and people like it, because if it wasn't popular, people wouldn't be watching it. People wouldn't be eating it up. So yeah, bodybuilding falls in the same vein as anything else. It's just entertainment at the end of the day.
Combine the two, you get a pro card. Clip that.
As a result of this, muscle dysmorphia is rife, with a new popular term being used.
I would definitely say I had bigorexia because never satisfied. Simply never satisfied.
I'm never big enough. I could be bigger. I could be fuller. I could be more shredded. This little part of my arm isn't big enough. That's not poking out the way I want it to. I'm looking kind of fluffy around the midsection. I store all my fat in my back. Store all my fat in my legs. This is like, honestly, this is like first world problems, dude. That's what it is. It's first world problems.
1985, the People's Magazine coined the term bigorexia, a psychological condition marked by a negative body image and an obsessive desire to have a muscular physique.
I've met many of the most massive bodybuilders around the world, and I have met a number of them that do not understand how large they are.
Extreme sports attract extreme people.
And I would always feel insecure. Like back then, the way I picked out all of my clothes.
Janae Marie Kroc, former competitive. Bro, for a split second, I thought this was like a trans athlete. My bad. Bro, she got shoulders. Her shoulders are like 2 or 3 times as big as mine. Holy Jesus. This person is like Samus Aran, but physically, but with the body armor on.
Clothes was what made me look biggest.
But there's a reason you hear about more bodybuilders dying young than cage fighters. It's not bigorexia or the pressure that kills bodybuilders. It's what they do in response to it.
You know how many drug addicts are in bodybuilding? A tremendous amount, because they're chasing something, but they're not winning something.
As unrelatable as it may be.
Bill Heath, speaking facts, yet again. It's like, oh, that guy only won because he did more drugs than me. God damn it. Because if you look at like, if you are even like a casual and you watch some of these guys like YouTube videos, they all train pretty freaking hard, dude. I can't train that hard. And I look like an idiot in the gym with how hard I train. I can't match that intensity by any means. So at the tippity top, they all train about the same intensity. So you take that factor out. Intensity. Everyone's doing that. So then what? There's the thing that no one talks about. There's the drugs, all right? And the mental game of chess of being a competitor in like a single category. Do I tell my competitor the truth about how much steroids I do? Or do I fuck with him and do I just lowball it by like half and try to be like, oh, I'm this big and I only take half as much as you, bro. Imagine if I take as much as you. I'd be twice as big as I am now. And that will fuck with somebody else's like mental. Like, no way, dude. But there's no way. They all do it, probably. I don't know if they actually do or not. Yeah. Because, you know, I was gonna say something, but like I literally just forgot it. I was like ramping, but then I was like, damn it, I forgot. Whatever. Maybe it'll come back.
When your family, your finances, and your reputation are all dependent on you outcompeting hundreds of other bodybuilders, dangerous extremes become inevitable. Before I could comprehend the deeper parts of this iceberg, I needed to understand the psychological side and the pressures that bodybuilders can endure. For many bodybuilders, this alone can lead to their downfall, but it's often the result of an undetected condition.
That's one of the most overlooked silent killers of muscular guys.
Sleep apnea?
Imagine having the following symptoms, yet no doctor can
You have to sleep with the mask on. that pushes air into your face. Snoring, morning headache, pauses in breathing. Xerostomia, excessive daytime sleepiness, depression, fatigue, insomnia, night sweats, impotence. Oh, Jesus. Night terror, waking up gasping or choking, mouth breathing, bedwetting, cardiovascular disease, high blood pressure, brain fog, low sex drive, snorting, coughing or choking, complications after surgery, difficulty maintaining attention. Bro, like where'd they say the snoring or whatever? There's a ton of this shit within normal people, all right, that I got to deal with. And none of those motherfuckers are on steroids.
Tell you what's going on.
And the first time I got some sort of clarification was when I went to see a psychiatrist with extreme depression and anxiety.
It's believed up to 80% of people who suffer with this are undiagnosed.
I stopped breathing between 30 to 50 times per hour. I was getting around 30 minutes of restful sleep per night.
Man, that sucks.
How can any person survive on that?
The root cause? Obstructive sleep apnea.
People can die, yeah. You can't get into deep REM because you wake up every 2 minutes like choking.
You're basically restricting oxygen and killing yourself slowly every single night.
A serious condition that commonly affects overweight individuals.
Yeah. Previous coach of mine, Mike Jenkins, he passed away in 2013 because of sleep apnea.
The solution?
My brain mass.
This is a CPAP machine.
Yep.
A necessary device for many bodybuilders to breathe while sleeping.
I was told by my sleep specialist, he said, if I didn't get a CPAP machine when I did, I would have had a stroke by the time I was 30.
There's a reason you don't see many 300-pound 70-year-olds walking around. But while it seems like bodybuilders are
300-pound 70-year-olds, nope. They all are like 40, 50, maybe 60. 60, it's like, oh God, okay, when is it? When is it? Is that bound to happen? You got past your 50s and now you're in the 60s, okay.
most at risk at their peak size is often the run-up to competitions that proves the most fatal, with many reaching into the dangerous world of diuretics. This is footage of 26-year-old Antonio Souza. You can see something looks off. Shortly after, he passed away with diuretics the cause of death.
Some guys and girls use diuretics to lose body water, and you lose a lot of electrolytes. Electrolytes regulate your heartbeat, so if they get really out of whack.
These have claimed the lives of many other bodybuilders, trying to achieve a dry look on stage.
Back in the 90s, there was a guy called Andy Hornby, early 20s. He died backstage or something, I think.
Oh, damn.
Because of the dehydration.
Yeah, that's diuretic use.
Yeah.
Diuretics are a real danger, and it can be deaths left and right.
And they're increasingly being misused.
Because, man, that's...
Oh, shit. Is this that one dude, like Mr. Shreds, where it looks like he's at negative body fat because you can see, like, how striated his shit is? That's crazy. I mean, it's cool, but I wouldn't want to do that.
That's blood pressure meds, man. Like, what are you doing?
Jodie Engel won her pro card in 2020, but was later hospitalized.
Jesus, look at the death face, like...
It's blood pressure meds, man. Like, what are you doing?
Jodie Engel won her pro card in 2020, but was later...
Like, look at the death face, like... The cheeks are so sunken in, like that's where you can tell where it's like you're just like ungodly levels of like low body fat, low water, low everything. Sheesh, man. All to look like a cartoon character.
Hospitalized with rhabdomyolysis, acute kidney injury, and cellulitis linked to diuretic overuse, and now needs to take a concoction of medications for the rest of her life, stating she would give her pro card back in an instant, just for one day to live in her old body.
Diuretics are very dangerous. They will kill you.
Despite this, the abuse of diuretics and experimental compounds is on the rise, with some placing the blame on the coaches providing them.
Because I'm telling you, some of, if not the most famous coaches in the entire world couldn't give two shits about your health. And why do I know this? Because I've been sent their plans.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. The tippity top coach is about to get called out. I don't think anybody's like named names or whatever. And this is like the fine teeter-totter of what a competitor, of like the coach-competitor relationship is. It's like, can you, like, as a competitor, like, can you endure what your coach is going to tell you to do to win the trophy, win the #1 spot? What are you hiring a coach for? To help you win the #1 spot. So the coach is constantly going to push you, and it's like a tug of war game. If you feel you're getting pushed too much, you gotta say something. But you don't really know if like your body can withstand the abuse you're putting through it. I mean, your coach can't jump into your body and know how you feel. Your coach isn't competing. You're competing. You have to know when to tap the brakes.
Yeah, he was working with Dallas McCarver. When he started working with Dallas McCarver, I said Dallas has 6 months to live. He died 8 months later.
That was Shawn Ray, calling out a prominent bodybuilding coach.
Chad's got blood all over his hands, man. There's at least 5 deaths. Don Youngblood, Nasser
Damn.
El-Sabati, Dallas McCarver.
Damn, he just named names.
And a few other people that he's had his relationships with as a bodybuilding coach that are dead and in the ground, and he hadn't gone to one funeral.
The role of an elite bodybuilding coach is often to help the bodybuilders tread the thin line between life and death leading up to a show. It's a grey area.
Doctors wouldn't even touch a lot of these bodybuilders because there's no evidence on, like, you're not going to advise somebody on taking Trenbolone that's only used in veterinary scenarios. Like, that's, you lose your license and it's completely unethical.
So coaches often provide illicit substances and dosages without formal training or medical licenses.
It's fine if everything goes right and it works because you're. What happens when it doesn't go right, or your body reacts slightly differently?
Bodybuilders die, with coaches facing criticism, such as the so-called guru of death.
This guy, they're saying he killed 5 people. He's telling me, no, I only killed 2 people. So I was like, what?
I only killed 2 people. Like, bro, I know tons of other people that killed way more than me. I only killed 2. Oh man, whoever that coach is, that's hilarious, dude. That's the justification.
What kind of person says that? No, bro, it's 2 people, not 5. You get it right. Like.
But as bodybuilder Luke Sando stated shortly before passing away, we play with fire in this game. Sometimes things get burned. As stated in medical disclaimers when working with bodybuilding coaches, it's the clients who are ultimately responsible for their health.
Oh shit! You see the shoulder check? Oh, let me see. I want to see it again. I love the drama. I love the what do you call it? The back and forth. Let's see it again.
Medical disclaimers when working with bodybuilding coaches, it's the client.
Oh, look at all this! Look at all this happening right here.
Who are ultimately responsible.
Oh, the shoulder check! Get out of here! It's kind of funny, like seeing everybody in like some shiny underwears, damn near naked, about ready to fight. Very 300-esque, very Spartan-esque.
For their health.
He doesn't seem to be an evil guy. I don't get that impression. I get them.
Is I never once saw him as an evil guy. Yeah. Even when I read that insane diuretic protocol, that I own it. I laughed at it and said, if this doesn't kill me, I'll be shocked.
Perhaps most coaches are mitigating the damage bodybuilders do to themselves. You'd like to think so, but it's a dangerous game.
Literally, they really walk that fine line between life and death. And they know they're pushing the envelope. They do it anyway because of the accolades, the possible potential accolades, and the money and the new client.
Yeah. There's so much money. Like, you turn a nobody into a somebody when all of a sudden they win a contest and they're at the #1 spot. Yeah. People are that desperate to not be poor. 100%, dude. Shit.
That they might garner from this notoriety, and you guys know exactly who you are.
But many are concerned with the false security that seemingly knowledgeable coaches provide.
I can see why somebody might just blindly follow a plan because that's what's been encouraged in this industry, unfortunately.
And with PEDs and all that stuff, like, you have to be very, very careful because people have died.
So why, despite all of these recent deaths, do bodybuilders continue to use experimental compounds, often mixed in with recreational drugs and risky medications?
Because nobody cares. Nobody cares about the message they send. Nobody cares about being a good example. I mean, how can you be a good example? Oh, C-Bum's a good example. Motherfucker, he never talks about steroids. And everybody just likes him because he's charming. Okay? That's it. But, I mean, shit, dude. I don't know why people do the shit they do. I would just guess they don't want to be poor. They don't want to have to go back and work at McDonald's. They don't want to have to go back and work at Walmart or wherever. They don't want to have to go back to school. They don't want to have to go back, maybe pick up a trade and go back to be a plumber or electrician or anything like that. Nobody wants to really have a conventional job. They all want to put in a lot of logical, hard work. I put in the physical work. Yeah, I listened to my music. I did all my workouts. I got all my meals in. I was a good boy. I didn't drink. I didn't do this, that, whatever. Everything like makes sense in bodybuilding, like logically. I put in the work. I do the weights. I go to failure. I eat the right way. I slim down. I look shredded. It all makes sense, and it's like linear. But it's not, because once you reach that point, then who excels? The people that were just born genetically gifted. It doesn't matter like how much hard work you put in. You can't really beat your own genetics. You can't beat the Joe Schmo's God tier genetics that he puts in half the work that you do and gets twice the results. He's just a really good responder to the drugs. He just responds better. His shape is better. He's got better muscle insertion points to give him a more full look. You know, you can't change that.
Some coaches argue that a lot of these poor decisions are the result of a psychological phenomenon known as summit fever.
And what happens in mountain climbing, when you get to within a mile of the summit of the mountain, you get what's called summit fever.
Well, what's that?
And what that does is it makes you set aside every safety rule, everything that could keep you healthy, everything that you know might kill you, because all you see is that summit.
Damn.
And it happens within the last...
That's the sprint. That's like the sprint mentality. Like you're done running the race for the most part. You're at like 99.999% done. And your last little bit, you just want to sprint your cock off. Be like, just go crazy.
Last mile of a mountain climb, and it's a huge phenomenon. The top mile of any huge mountain is littered with corpses, and now so is bodybuilding for the same reason.
Elite bodybuilders are often at their unhealthiest point when they step up on stage.
People that don't know, when you see a bodybuilder on stage and they're fully shredded and ripped and flexing, they are so dehydrated. They're like ready to black out.
But this is a time to push things to the limit.
Are you truly doing whatever it takes to reach your goals?
The opportunity to make all of their hard work and sacrifice worth something. Meanwhile, the trainers are looking to make a name for themselves.
They have summit fever, sometimes as bad as the competitors do.
A mixture of all of these factors has people very concerned about the future of bodybuilding.
The sad state of bodybuilding, unpopular opinion.
And this is like, I don't like, he's probably talking about like all of bodybuilding. Maybe this is an issue for like natural bodybuilding, but like not as much. But then again, if open bodybuilding wasn't a thing at all, would we see more of these issues just growing in natural bodybuilding? I mean, I don't know.
Someone is literally going to have to die on stage before something changes in bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Trainers aren't going to change. People want to see these monsters.
Yeah.
And so they will continue.
People want to be entertained. They just do. They want to see that crazy one tippity top 1/10 of 1% of people that look like that cartoon character that they drew when they were 5 years old. People want to look like Super Saiyan 2 Juice fucking Vegeta and what do you call it? Trunks. They want to look like that. It's cool to look like that. It's like just it's an image of like power. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's like maybe it's mostly a guy thing and like sometimes a girl thing, but like, like bro, like just being me, like right now, I could probably stand like you like lose some weight and shit, but like, I don't want to imagine like what it would be like to like look like this. Like, that's a lot, man. All the sleep apnea, like that's too much maintenance to maintain the look. I'm like, bruh, that's too much. The amount of time that like women spend in the bathroom to like get ready and prep and preem and do all this other shit is like, there's so much more bullshit that you got to do to like maintain this look. It's like, that's too much. That's too much, dude. I just want to go to the gym, get like a halfway decent workout, and then just leave. That's it.
Continue to produce monsters. They're going to continue to reward that. And
oh, you got to shoehorn in Sam Sulek for the split second.
Stakes are going to get higher, and therefore the usage is going to get higher.
Despite its appeal, bodybuilding has a dark side that federations, coaches, and brands often prefer to hide. Many fans believe more should be done to protect competitors' health, perhaps by drawing inspiration from the sport's early days.
Because look at the old days when Steve Reeves won. When Steve Reeves won,
if you saw him on the beach, you say to yourself, I would love to have this guy's body. But that's not what you can say about those guys the day they win those competitions.
I mean, I don't know, like if they were doing steroids back in like the beginning, like days. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe like the first couple competitions, they were like natty, but then one dude was like, well, fuck this, I'm tired of losing. I'm gonna do this thing my doctor said that can potentially make my muscles bigger. I mean, who knows what actually happened?
This is why Arnold wants the classic physique to be as big as the open, and the natural bodybuilding community is growing, with bodybuilders warning of the risks.
Go get yourself checked out, get everything checked, because I didn't realize what was going on inside me till they actually went in and looked.
all these motherfuckers got health problems. All
Yeah.
of them, bro.
Why do you think I haven't competed in several years now?
Me personally, my advice to you, unless you're competing, don't take any steroids.
This is why raising awareness of the darker side is crucial, especially for younger people who are often only shown the glamorous aspects.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding got me interested in fitness, but its darker side is what got me interested in health. For many bodybuilders, it's a passion worth dying for, and many more will die.
To some people, yeah. I mean, like I said before, it's like this mentality of live by the sword, die by the sword.
By incredibly young, as people remark, at least they died doing what they loved. But perhaps the best way to honor late bodybuilders is to avoid making the same mistakes.
For sure, who I am is not a bodybuilder. There's more to me than that. I'll be happy without it.
And this sport is not worth dying for.
No, there's much more to life than working out. We're talking about business, success, education, you know, bettering yourself in every way, willing to do whatever it takes.
Yeah, but then you look at the tippity top people of all those other things, and they'll tell you the exact same thing. There's more to life than just business. There's more to life than just family. There's more to life than there's more to life than success. It's like anytime you go to like the tippity top of like an industry or a hobby, they all say the same thing. There's more to life than this hobby. All right. Look at the people that have no jobs and are homeless and just spending the time like either by themselves or maybe with like their girlfriend or boyfriend. Like maybe they have a kid, maybe they don't. Like Jesus Christ. Like these people have like nothing, and you think they're happy? Get the fuck out of here, dude.
I've talked to a lot of bodybuilders, and I've explained that if we were able to take what we learned from bodybuilding and all the effort and energy we put into, say, preparing for a contest, and we could take that and put that into something else, it would be amazing, the results.
Yeah. It would be. But nobody says that you have to, because it's your life, you're an adult. It's your choice. You could do with whatever the fuck you want. Who is somebody else to tell you what to do with your life? All right? Nobody wants to get told what to do. No. You're not going to tell me what to do. Fuck you. A banger video from from this dude again. Josh Brett. God damn. What an absolute banger. I love watching these little like fitness videos from him. He is insanely good at it. And yeah, it is crazy. Crazy good. But yeah, I mean the dark side of bodybuilding and like how many people die, it's like, bro, it's already like when someone dies, everyone will like mourn it for like maybe a week or two, and then everyone just moves on until like the next big thing is really what happens. It's like, oh, somebody died again. No one's gonna take responsibility. Okay, we'll just keep going. Business as usual. But I mean, that's just what I have observed, being like a casual, like internet tourist slash like kind of work out sometimes guy and kind of casual viewer of the Olympia and whatnot. So it's just what I see. But yeah, overall good ass video, and I want to see more. Good stuff, man. But yeah, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys on the next one. All right, later.